My husband has been cold and distant towards me ever since I helped my ex through a bad time. I, 35 female, was in a long-term relationship with a man, 33 male, between the ages of 20 to 30 years old, until he left for a job in another state. Later, he told me long-distance relationships don't work, so we broke up. And then I found out that he was engaged. I met my husband, 30 male, a year later, and honestly, I never really understood what love was until then. With him, everything felt different. Love was easy, not a constant struggle like I later realized it was with my ex. I'm not trying to put down my previous relationship or my ex. We grew up together and learned a lot from each other. Sometimes, you don't like something when it happens, but later on, you see it was for the best. That's how I feel about my last relationship ending. I was really upset and heartbroken at the time, but looking back, I'm glad it happened. If it hadn't, I wouldn't have discovered what true love or happiness feels like. At the same time I met my husband, my ex moved back, and he said that he regretted ending things and that we loved each other. I wasn't in love with him anymore, and I turned him down. He is still a good friend, and I like him as a friend. He is, however, my brother's best friend. My husband knows him, and he has never been threatened by him because we have always had a solid relationship. My ex's mom unfortunately passed away suddenly, and he has been inconsolable and broken since. I cannot even imagine the pain. My brother is devastated too, and he has been by his side. I have too been supportive, and it felt very appropriate. My brother encouraged me to be there and support our friend. My husband didn't mind in the beginning, but I felt that he started being uncomfortable that I went on walks and hikes with my ex. But it was doing him good to keep his mind off things, and I found my husband's coldness uncalled for. I never experienced him as cold-hearted or callous, but here we are. He just didn't like the mention of my ex, so I didn't mention him either. Then a week after New Year's, my brother planned a week-long vacation for him and his wife, my ex, me, and another couple that my brother and ex are friends with. My husband this time was very upset and said that he didn't want me to go. He asked why he wasn't invited then if it was just an innocent hangout. My brother said that it was ridiculous because we've been friends since high school, but my husband said that my brother never really liked him. I thought he was being unfair and ridiculous. However, he said that he didn't want me to be on that trip. Ever since the trip, my husband hasn't been the same. He isn't rude or upset or sad, but he just doesn't engage with me. He doesn't start conversations. When I try to confront him, he doesn't engage in arguments. I don't know what to do. He doesn't even think that something has changed. When I am going out, he doesn't even care if I was taking a hike with my ex and he didn't get bothered. Also, when my brother had his birthday, my husband told me that morning that he was feeling sick and didn't want to risk infecting the others, and so he just sent a text to my brother and a present with me. Now let me explain what finally broke the camel's back. You can now check if there is a part 2 by clicking share and more.